So, good evening. How are you?
Very good evening. I'm good. What about you?
Yes, I'm also good. I'm pretty well. Thanks for asking. We are meeting after a long gap. I think
Yeah, right.
5 to 6 months back.
5 to 6 months
You are
ago we connected.
yes.
Right.
Your look is totally changed.
Same like you. Long hair, long dreads, beard.
Yes, yes, we both have the beard. It's a good sign.
Right. Doesn't matter, good or bad. Continue.
Right. So we should go with the intro because I have created new channel. The first one has been deleted. So please give your intro.
Okay. Thank you so much for providing me this opportunity. My name is Vishal Duhan. I come from Haryana. By profession, I am a railway employee. I have been working in railways since 2016. If I talk my educational background, I have done post graduation. It was a MSO, Master in Sociology. And nowadays I'm learning this language. 1 year ago I started my YouTube journey. So still it's going on.
Great. Amazing. Now it's my part. My name is Rajpal. I am from UP. I have completed my master in political science. My hobbies are reading books, diary writing, and practicing yoga. That's all about me. So you are in the government job. So basically nowadays, a government job is very popular among the people, among the youth, particularly from the when we come to the poor people like us. Like we consider that for us the government job, I think everything for us. So tell me about that. Why there is just so much craze, and what are the reasons for that? Of course, the people are they are also approaching to the private sector, private jobs, but not that much. They give their I think everything to achieve the government job. At the last, if they don't get the government job, then they will go for the private jobs. Otherwise, they just totally enthusiastic to gain the government job. So please tell me about that. Why there is so much courage for the government job?
Okay. Both sectors have their pros and cons. I
Hmm.
can't say that government job is bad or private job is good. So definitely, I every each and every individual have different opinion. So,
Hmm.
but after Corona, many people's thinking have changed. Before
Hmm.
that, they were their focus on getting job. Doesn't matter it's
Hmm.
in government sector or private sector. But after Corona, after pandemic, we saw that many company fired their employees without intimation,
Hmm.
and after that it took a long time to rejoin. So
Yes, you
that
are right.
that time people show practical example that in government sector have more security and safety. It's more safer and secure. But in
Hmm.
private there is salary, there is some high salary. There are package in lakhs, but only few percent they are getting package in lakhs. Otherwise, majority of private employees they are earning 50K to 20K only.
Hmm.
So after
Yeah.
Corona, people's situation changed for safety and security. Youth want to join government sector
Hmm.
for living a
Right.
peaceful life.
Yes, you are absolutely right, and you beautifully mentioned about COVID-19, that how the COVID-19 had changed the landscape of the government job. Because before that, people had the mindset that they can go for the government, the private sector, because there is so much money. Even respect was also there. But of course, the COVID-19 changed everything. You rightly mentioned about that how the companies lay off. I mean the hundreds and the thousands of the employees. I think without
Right.
giving any, without giving a prior notice to them, they just decided, they just mind it up, and then just throw them out from the company. This is, I think this is something which has triggered a thinking among the people mindset, that if they bind to stable and very durable career, so somewhere the government job is something. Because I believe that somewhere government job is something, there is a very less likelihood that you would be fired by the government. Most it is the last option, that you would be the
Right.
fire, because I think, yes,
Point
I mean,
point. Okay. 0.0001% chances to for
exactly.
fire.
Yes, even if there are the 0.00% chances, there is also chances to restoration, because of the judiciary. Because I have seen a lot of the examples that government has suspended to the lot of the officers, and when they go to the courts, then court restore them, reinstate them. But in the private sector,
Right.
you can't do so. Private sector, you can't do so, because there is nothing like the judiciary. Private sectors are totally dependent on their own decision. They would not away the order of the government. I mean, like the governments, judiciary, because they are totally independent. But in the government job, we have the high court, supreme court, so we can go there. So yes, I think there is a so much, you can say, curiosity. That is the reason for the government job. But at the same time, this is very much true that there's a not that much money in the government job. I know that people get a lot of the money because of the corruption, but if you do the things honestly, if you do your duty honestly, yes, you can sustain, you can survive your family, but not that much lavish, the lifestyle which is enjoyed by the people, those who are functioning, those who are working in the private sector. Because there is a private sector, in the private sector there's so much money, package, crores of the package, 1 year's, like in the lakhs of the package. But in the government job you have the fixed salary, like 50,000, 1 lakh, more than, like less than, more than that. But let me give an example to you. It was the last month. There was a UP. There was a one person. He was working in a company and he was earning more than 1 lakh rupee per month in the private sector. When he was getting the marriage, so that time during the Jamala, the bride asked her, asked him that how much money do you earn. He just mentioned about the 1 lakh. So he was not trusting on him that how can you earn such a money. So he just showed the the slip of his monthly salary, and then she denied the to get into married. She said that she just want to marry the person who is in the government job. So that much is the craze, like among the girls. I mean, in our society, you can understand that the person who is in the government
I
job,
know
he
very well.
can't actually. I guess, I think he can't earn such a money. Still, there's so much curiosity for the government job.
Right, right, right. I agree with your each and every points. You mentioned that in private sector there are no limit for growth. You can reach
Right,
unlimited height if you have talent. So in private, no one will stop you. But in government, there are some restrictions, some limits, and we have fixed increment. Doesn't matter you are extraordinary or ordinary. They will treat everyone same. If you have one
right.
increment in 1 year, so definitely you will take one increment. But in private, if you have talent, so you can give them notice, sir, if you want to stay with me, so increase my salary up to 15%, 20%, otherwise I will join that company.
Yes. Even I have
And
seen a
but
lot of the freedom.
okay, but in another side, whenever we see the point of from the point of view from society, we see that government employee have more respect. It's a
Mm.
respectable job. Doesn't matter if I am earning 50,000 in government, you are earning 1 lakh in 50, 1 lakh in private sector. So definitely people give me more respect. This
Yes,
is the
you are
you told
right.
me that courage of government jobs.
Yes, you are right. Actually, there is a one very recent example from my own family. My uncle was working in Mahindra and Mahindra company as a manager. So recently, I mean, the last year he was, just thrown out by the the company, because that is the government, the private sector. So you can understand
Right,
that
right.
even in my own family, I don't trust on the private job, because even by having seen the example of my own uncle, I understood one thing. I can do anything, but I will not go for the private sector, because there is no certainty, there is no stability for the career. Just do your work, your hard work, with the huge degree, so that you can crack your
Okay.
examinations or anything else, but don't go for the private sector.
One point I would like to add that satisfaction matters.
Right.
Some people, they left the package of lakhs, like they were earning in lakhs, 20 lakh per annum, 30 lakh per annum. But after that, they resigned and they joined government jobs, like they cracked CGL examination, state PCS or UPSC. They joined army. So there are many people.
Yes, you are totally true. There is a hundreds and the thousands of the examples are there. Like the youths, they were working in the foreign countries, but they returned to India. They cracked the examination, and now they are working in under the government. They left
And
their own
okay,
job.
and another thing also, many civil servant after getting the jobs, after getting selection in the IAS, IPS, IRS, IFS, they quit the job. They resigned and they joined private sector. They started their company. They started their something on. They joined politics. So exception is always everywhere. But it's our life. We are responsible for everything. If we have dream that I want to become this officer, that officer, I want to join this post, so definitely we should try our level best. But if we can see the dream, so it's our duty to fulfill our dream. If we prepare
Yes,
sincerely, if we prepare for any examination for 100%, at least 90%, there are many chances for our selection.
you had touched, very right, very right point, that the, I mean, the officers, those who are working in the government, under the government, they can actually join the private sector, they can join the politics. But there is a very rarest and the rare case that a person who is in working in any private company, he can join the government job. It is very, I think it's impossible that after completing his or her, the certain, the, I mean, the targets, because there is a, in the government job there is a minimum and I think maximum age is 65-year old. I mean, it's like the, very much same in the each and every state. So he can join, of course, the private sector. Even, I mean, a lot of the IAS officer, they are working in many companies, as like, we can
Right,
say as
right, right.
advisor, I guess. But it's not the possible for the someone who is working in the private sector, any company, that he can join the government job. So it's a very rare case
Okay.
that how the.
Right, right. Yes, in private there is no limit. In private sector, you can join in age of 20, 30, 40, 60, 70. Doesn't matter
Hmm.
say, what is your age. But in government, we have age limit 21 to 32. Some examination have, they have relaxation 35-year maximum age, 40-year. So there are some everything according to the rules.
Yes, so true, so true. And this is, like, because there is a perception in the society that once you get the government job, so you create a circle in your own family, that the one person would be definitely interested to get the government job. There is some in my, I mean, very relatives. His father was private, I mean, the government teacher. Now
Okay.
his was another government teacher. The wife of was they are also government teacher. So there is like everyone
Okay.
is in the
Everyone is
I mean,
teacher
yes,
in teaching
everyone
field.
is the teacher. Yes, so you can imagine that there is a circle. But it's not happening in the house where the one person is the private job and he went to the same job, in the private sector. Like in my own family, my uncle is in bas in the Mahindra and Mahindra company as a manager, but I don't want to go to the private sector. So it's not like that. The person who is in the government job, definitely he would increase his or her children's to go for the, I mean, the government job. But the person who,
Very true.
honestly,
Yes.
yes, he would not,
Yes.
he would never increase, I mean, his the children's that he should go for the private sector, because they all know the what is the
Yes, they know
landscape of
the
the
ground
private sector.
reality of private job. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, right, right, right. And somewhere
And
the
main
freedom is
thing,
so much.
right, right. If someone's parents they are working in government sector, so definitely they can give the guidance of their children that
Mm,
this is the work culture and you should join this field or not.
right. Yes, and even the private sector. But yes, one thing which I have noticed, that there is so much work in the private sector. You have to work like 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. I mean, whatever the time duration is there. But in the government job, you yourself can imagine that how much hard, I mean, how long are, and like how much time you spend on your office. It's everyone know like that. Officers, they come to after the 10 a.m. and they totally enjoy their life, just like that they are the babuji in the office. But in the private sector, you have to come at the certain, yes. Uh, and and I think the main thing which I believe, for the so craze, it's about your pension, which we get after you retire. And most of the government job, you get the retirement, we can say the pension. But in the private sector, it's not like that.
Okay,
It's like if you.
situation has changed. Right now in government sector, in every job they don't have pension. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Yes, yes.
Your voice was breaking. Right now it's clear. Say
Yes.
what were you
What
saying?
I'm Yes, I was saying, let's just suppose if an IS officer has the salary just only 1 lakh, when he retire, so he will get the half of that salary. Uh, this is prevalent now. I don't have the future thinking that what would be in the future, but so far it is, it is in the existence. But in the private sector, of course, they also give some kind of the bonus, like just like the package when you get the retirement.
Yes,
So
it's
this is
nominal.
the Yes, yes. And this is something which always give you an advantage to the person who is in the government job. And there is a so much craze. No, I think no one can deny this fact that most of the bride family, they try to choose the such a the person, such a boy who is in the government job instead of the private job. Doesn't mean how much salary he has, because they very well know that if they
Right,
get the
right, right.
yes, this is
Yes, very
this is
true.
this is, yeah, I think it's a blindly truth.
Yes, it's truth. It's universal truth. It's
Yes.
applicable everywhere.
Yes, yes, it's I think applicable everywhere, and no one can deny this. And
Right, right.
and
It's a fact.
that yes, yes. I mean, this is the main reason you would see that so many times that the broom would be so he would be not so good, but the bride would be so good because of the government job. So this is
Doesn't matter how is your look, how is your bank balance, which type of house do you have. But if you have government job, so it's mean
it's
everything. Doesn't
it's
matter.
everything. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Uh,
Right, right. I agree.
yes. Yes, I think like you would notice one thing, and that when you are in the government job, so your respect in the society would be, I mean, it would be at the pinnacle, at the I mean that's at the ultimate level. But when you are in the private sector, in the private job, I think society also doesn't respect you that much, because they know that he doesn't have any power. When you are in the government job, you get the respect automatically. You not need to show to the someone else that you should respect to myself because of I'm in the government job. They do all of these things without saying anything.
Yes. I am telling from my personal experience. After
Yes.
getting a government jobs, many things have changed in my life. Each and every relative of mine, they start liking me. They started
Mm,
liking me. And
that,
if you are in job, in government job, so everyone want to make relationship with you.
that.
If you are in struggling days, so no one like you.
Right. Yes. Yes. I mean,
People see
right.
your po.
Yes. I mean, right now I'm preparing for the competitive examination. So even whenever I talk to my own friends, they also don't pick up my call. Okay. But I can imagine that
Don't
in the
care.
future, yes,
In future,
um,
situation will change.
that
You were sitting on their position, and they will saying that I knew that Rajpal will clear this examination. I believe in you, and many more things.
yes,
It's
because
reality
that
of
is a
today.
that is what I'm saying, because they are in the private sector. So I mean, these are the realities. You can't deny these realities, because only what we say
Right, right.
that no, no, it's not like that. But this is the fact. You can't underestimate the importance and the values of the government job. I know that private job is very much good, and no one denying this. But when you make the comparison, people will stand for the government job instead of the private job.
Right, right. Main thing, like you are preparing for government job, so see the brighter side of government job. And every sector has some cons. So don't see cons, but see the positive side of the things,
Mm.
and prepare
Right.
sincerely, get your job, serve the country, and help your
Right.
family and make your
Right.
life better.
Yes, so true. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, everyone, everyone, of course, think for the money. It's a, good thing. But when you are in the government job, so somewhere you have the responsibilities, which is not like
Right, right.
yes, because
Okay. And okay,
yes,
main thing in government job also a good salary.
yes,
Nowadays, in every government employee getting good salary.
mm,
Like in lower employee in every sector in India, in government sector, they are getting enough salary for survival. But if you find as a group C, group B, or group A officer, so definitely in this way you can live a luxury life.
right, right. Yes, you are so much true. And even like you are in the government job, so you no need to care about your salary. It will be drop in your account. You not need to complain your HR. Okay, but in the
Right, right.
private
Every
sector.
month it will come on time, And
Yes, but yes,
okay, continue.
yes. But what happens sometimes in the private sector, uh,
It's
the person who
delayed.
is,
Yes.
yes, it's delay, and you have to complain your HR that we are not getting the salary on the time. So this
Okay.
is the
You're right. Right.
government job. We can say nowadays government job is like the blessing.
Right. Okay.
Yes,
I want. Okay. How much time do you spend on this application?
I take 2 sessions per day.
Okay. Maximum 1 hour.
Yes. Now can we record the session for you? Uh,
No, no, I'm not. I don't want to record today. In future, we will connect if we have time.
yes, because
But
my
okay, okay, I want to give you one advice
yes,
that
please go.
your priority is study. So focus on your
Right.
study. YouTube
Yes,
and spoken English is your second priority. So
right.
select your time, 1 hour for YouTube and including Skype calls. So give 1 hour, 1.5 hour maximum, and focus on your study.
Definitely, yes. Yes, I mean you are very much true, and I yes, I hardly spend yes, I think an hour, and I don't spend an hour on my YouTube, not that much. Just I just when I get the time, I just make my thumbnail. But yes, even in the future when the Skype would be closed, I will have the more time because I would be not practicing there because I have also decided that okay, I would not go for other apps.
Okay, right now I'm talking to you from a team application. It's
Mm,
the upgraded version of Skype.
mm. Right.
So
Yes,
don't
I
need to worry. If in future you want to practice, join a team application and twice in a week, thrice in a week, you can make conversation there and keep maintain consistency on your channel because it will generate also a passive income source for you.
Yes, right. I guess yes, I am on the team, but I'm not practicing there because I believe that I need to practice only on one platform. I don't want to spend the time on the anywhere which is taking the
Okay, it's okay. It's your choice. You know very well that what is
yes,
good for you, what is not good for you.
exactly. Yes, right.
Okay then, brother. I think I should
Yes,
leave
right.
now. We have
Yes,
discussed
yes,
many things. In future, we
yes.
will discuss many more things.
Sure. Bye.
Okay, thank you so much. Nice